Good evening, everybody. I call to order this regular meeting of the Elk Grove Park District. Today is January 14th, 2021. Kathy, can I have roll call, please?
President O'Malley.
Here.
Commissioner Cook.
Here.
Commissioner Wells.
Here.
Commissioner Bianchi.
Here.
Commissioner Sauter.
Here. As president of the Park Board, I make the following determination. It is neither practical nor prudent to permit the public to physically attend tonight's Park Board meeting for the reason that the continuing pandemic threatens the health and well-being of the public in all or part of the jurisdiction of the district, and because public participation attendance at tonight's Park Board meeting is available via remote means, also through Google Meet, as allowed by this year's COVID-19 related amendments to the Open Meetings Act, and also due to the continuing restrictions of in-person gatherings imposed by the gubernatorial orders and health-related disaster declarations. For these reasons, I've also concluded that it is unfeasible to allow the public to physically attend this evening's Park Board meeting. Therefore, tonight's Park Board meeting is being held for the public by remote virtual means, and more specifically through the Google Meet platform for the information set forth on the posted agenda for this meeting. We are at meeting item number 3. The next agenda item for the Park of Commissioners is pursuant to the provisions of the Bond Issue Notification Act to receive public comments on the proposal to sell not to exceed $2,500,000 general obligation limited tax bonds. I have a motion to proceed to the public hearing and to continue the other business of the regular meeting upon the conclusion thereof.
I so move.
I second that motion.
It has been moved and seconded that we open the public hearing and continue with the other business of the regular meeting upon the conclusion of the public hearing. Is there any discussion? Will the secretary please call the roll?
Commissioner Cook.
Yes.
Commissioner Wells.
Yes.
Commissioner Bianchi.
Yes.
Commissioner Sauter.
Yes.
President O'Malley.
Yes. The reasons for the proposed issuance of the bonds are for the payment of land condemned or purchased for parks, for the building, maintaining, improving, and protecting of the same, and existing land and facilities of the district, and for the payment of the expenses incident thereto. Do any commissioners wish to make any comments regarding the proposed bond issue? Do any of the commissioners wish to submit any written testimony concerning the proposed issuance of the bonds? Does any of the public wish to present oral testimony or any public comment concerning the proposed issuance of the bonds?
We haven't been on.
Yeah.
Does any of the public wish to present written testimony with respect to the proposed issuance of the bonds? All persons desiring to be heard have been given an opportunity to present oral and written testimony with respect to the proposed issuance of the park improvement bonds. May I please have a motion to finally adjourn this public hearing?
I move to finally adjourn the public hearing.
I second the motion.
It has been moved and seconded that the public hearing be finally adjourned. Is there any discussion? Kathy, can I have roll call, please?
Commissioner Wells.
Yes.
Commissioner Bianchi.
Yes.
Commissioner Sauter.
Yes.
Commissioner Cook.
Yes.
President O'Malley.
Yes. The motion is carried and the hearing is finally adjourned. We will now proceed to the next agenda item. The next agenda item is the approval of the minutes. I've got 3 sets, December 10th, 2020, the committee of the whole, December 10th, 2020, the regular meeting, December 17th, 2020, the special meeting. Have everybody reviewed these 3 sets of minutes?
Yes.
Any questions, comments, or concerns? I just need a voice vote. All those in favor as presented, please say aye.
Aye.
5-0. Public communication. Any comments from the audience at this point? Correspondence. Do any staff members or commissioners have any correspondence they'd like to share? Hearing none, we'll move on to recommendations for acceptance and approval. First up is an approval of payment application number 5 from Fred Quinn Corporation for the construction management services for the Fox Run Golf Links Clubhouse and Maintenance Facility Project in the amount of $501,661.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion regarding this payment? Hearing none, Kathy, roll call please.
Commissioner Bianchi.
Yes.
Commissioner Sauter.
Yes.
Commissioner Cook.
Yes.
Commissioner Wells.
Yes.
President O'Malley.
Yes. Next up, I need a motion and a second to approve a pay request from Satellite Shelters Incorporated for installation services for the temporary golf course clubhouse in the amount of $52,803.04.
So moved.
Second.
My only question is the last payment? I thought we made a bulk payment a long time ago.
No, they actually submitted an invoice back in September, and we haven't paid it. This is just for the installation, and we have an ongoing, monthly fee that they charge us. I think it's, what is it, Brad, per month? $35.
3,500,
This was the initial setup of the 3
Yeah, I thought the whole thing though, forget about the monthly thing, would cost us eventually 100,000 to
Yeah.
to the triple wide, so this 52,000 is gonna be eventually a part of the 100,000.
Yes.
Any other commissioners have any comments or questions?
I drive past that every day, it's going pretty quick, it looks great, yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, looks good.
Do I have a motion in a second, Kathy? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Sauter,
Yes.
Commissioner Cook,
Yes.
Commissioner Wall,
Yes.
Commissioner Bianchi,
Yes,
President O'Malley.
Yes. I need a motion to approve pay request number 15 from Williams Architect for professional services and construction administration of the golf course and maintenance facility in the amount of $13,026.51.
So moved.
second,
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Cook,
Yes.
Commissioner Wall,
Yes.
Commissioner Bianchi,
yes,
Commissioner Sauter,
Yes.
President O'Malley.
Yes. Item 6D, I need a motion to approve the addendum to the exclusive location and video gaming terminal agreement with Gold Rush Amusements Incorporated for a 3-year term.
So moved.
second,
Any discussion? Ben, I guess the only thing is, did you end up saying Kelly, or one of you two, Kelly is the backup to Tom? Have we concluded that? Do they have one set person that's gonna handle this exclusivity agreement with us?
So I can handle that one.
Brad, sorry.
So we've had conversations with them. Kelly will be as the backup for marketing. Tom will be in the backup to the account. Their account rep, or our normal account rep, is furloughed right now with a lot of the staff, for them, because gaming is not allowed under the current mitigations. So once they're back up and running, formal introductions and stuff will occur.
All right, and then that brings, it's a good segue. We have the potential to go back down to tier 2. Is gaming allowed in tier 2?
That is the understanding. There hasn't been an official word yet on it, but yes, that is the understanding.
Okay. And we will follow then, I mean, because we're open anyway, so.
Yes, that is our
If we go
plan.
to tier 2, we'll just open it up and the gaming machines will be turned back on.
Correct.
I have a question regarding the marketing plan. So, is there gonna be, I'm looking at the mandated signage for the Illinois Gaming Board that's provided by Gold Rush, the example, do they put the Park District logo on that? Cause somewhere I read in there, it has to be shared, where it has to be like shared with, the gaming, Gold Rush is on there, and then I thought the Park District on there.
Correct. Anything that they contribute to or provide, it will be Gold Rush's logo and others.
Okay, okay. Would we use the, would we use the Elk Grove Park District logo or the Fox Run logo? Or does it not matter?
I will leave that up to the marketing director. She must be frozen.
No, she's blinking.
Am I there?
Yes.
Which logo?
Well, I'm sure we'll probably have conversations when it comes to that point. So initially, I'm thinking probably Fox Run.
Okay,
I would think so.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Because that's where you want them to go.
Any other questions?
no, I'm good, sorry, thank you.
2 questions. I assume Tom Hoffman has reviewed the contract.
He has, yeah, there hasn't been any changes from the last one. This is our second, or it might even be our third addendum, basically from the original one. So that first copy in your packet is the original contract that was signed in 2012.
And that's,
And then, yeah,
none of the rules or guidelines changed since then.
not to my understanding, no.
And then, as far as the machines, type of machines they put in there, and how often they switch them out, is that, I didn't see any rules in the contract, how does that work? And what guarantee do we have? Now, some machines do better than others,
They've
but we
been,
like to switch them out every once in a while, so people come and aren't playing the same games all the time.
ultimately comes, the final decision is in Gold Rush's, court. Obviously, it's in both of our interests, ours and theirs, to get, the most beneficial or the most played teams in there. I know Tom's very high on their customer service. They've been very willing to come out and they track, obviously, what games are played, what games aren't played, and trade out the gaming or terminals as such.
So they have the total say in that as far as those games go.
Yes, I mean, we can suggest it, but they have the ultimate final say.
Go ahead.
You just asked, so currently we have 5 out there, correct?
Yes,
And I see the contract, Illinois allows you up to 6. Is 6 scheduled for the new building?
yes. We had 5 originally, that's what we had in the smaller building, we just moved those over to the temporary trailer. And yes, there's plans for 6 with room, I believe, up to 8 if they ever expand.
And it's Gold Rush's responsibility in a year or 9 months to get out of the trailer and into our building. It's not our responsibility.
Correct.
Any other questions? Did anybody make a motion in a second?
Yes.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Wells,
Yes.
Commissioner Bianchi,
Yes.
Commissioner Sauter,
Yes.
Commissioner Cook,
Yes,
President O'Malley.
Yes. Last item on recommendations for acceptance of approval is an approval of payment application number 1 for Top Notch Signs and Lighting for services and materials for electronic signage located at 225 East Elk Grove Boulevard, amount of $35,500.
so moved. Second,
Does anybody want a discussion on this topic?
sign looks great.
Once they turn the contracts down.
Yeah.
It's pretty great when they're going up.
Any complaints?
No,
For
me, because I drove by.
Well, I mean, from the resident.
we had to crank it down, so it was like at 100% brightness when they first put it in, and we had to dial it way down, but since then, no. So the first night,
Oh, so they did say something the first night?
the village, it was,
The village said something.
they gave us a heads up that it was too bright.
Yeah, we did not receive any complaints from any of the residents. And I did talk to Jared at the village, and he just said that it was a person that drove by that noticed it was, kind of bright. So we took care of that the very next day.
Yeah.
But we haven't had any complaints at this time.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Bianchi,
Yes.
Commissioner Sauter,
Yes.
Commissioner Cook,
Yes,
Commissioner Wells,
Yes.
President O'Malley.
Yes. We are at items for information. I'd like to reintroduce everybody to Tiffany Green. Leisure Services update, please.
What up?
Hi, everyone. Okay, so a little bit about what's going on in leisure services. So we'll start with our seniors. So in December, we launched a new Lunch on the Go program. So Colleen has been delivering meals to our seniors who sign up for this program. And in December, we delivered a total of 21 meals. That program is still ongoing, and we plan to even keep that running once the senior center reopens. For art, I want to encourage everyone to go to our Park District website and check out the new art exhibit presented by the Artists Association. The new exhibit is called Portals and Pathways, and some of the art pieces are for sale, and all of that information is located within the gallery. Dance is going strong with 286 participants. Jessica did a great job preparing in case we needed to go virtual. That happened, so we have all 286 registrants still participating virtually in our dance program. And she's making plans to move winter recital to February. It typically happens in the month of January, but we are pushing that back in hopes that we can have small mini recitals in Garden Terrace. Early childhood is still accepting preschool registrations. So if you have a little one that you want to get registered, please call Jen Labosco at the Hattendorf building. There are currently 87 children enrolled in the 2021 school year. The lap lanes are still open at the Pack Aquatic Center. So we had 3,524 lane reservations in the month of December, meaning that we're averaging over 7 lanes per hour filling. So almost every hour time slot of the day is filled. So make sure you make your reservation before heading over. And we are recruiting for summer. So if you have anyone that is looking for a job as a lifeguard, swim instructor, or cashier, go to our website so that they can apply to work at Rainbow Falls Water Park. The Pavilion Fitness Center had an equipment move, and they moved everything from the multi-purpose gym upstairs to the fitness center. That was well received by all of our members. And they are doing a new member check-in challenge. So if you're a member and you swipe in 12 or more times during the month of January, you'll be entered in a raffle. And we will be drawing 3 to 5 winners on February 1st. As of December, we had 1,925 active members. We also have a 10-visit scan pass where you can try out our center. We have successfully converted 31 of those to memberships. And in December, there were 25 new members that added. We are still accepting rentals. So Deb Baum is our person in charge of rentals, so please contact her at the Pavilion. So she rescheduled 5 carousel parties and booked 3 new carousel parties during the month of December. We are still running our Kids Club camp. We had 319 registrations during the month of December. We also had 48 registration for our School Stay Out program. We, as of today, launched a Kids Club hybrid program. So we will be taking the kids at the lunch hour, and they will be coming and eating lunch with us and continuing their afternoon schoolwork, currently at the Pavilion, and then once we have enough students, we'll be at the school sites. We had 2 special events in December. One was Letters to Santa. We received 77 letters to Santa. And then we also had 21 entries for our district's ornament contest. The current contest we have going is a snowman building contest. So if you'd like to participate, get your entries into us by January 24th. There will be Facebook voting from January 25th through the 28th. We have new dates for theater. We are still hopeful that we'll be running a winter theater production. It will be Seussical Junior. Auditions will be Monday, February 8th, so you still have time to sign up for your time slot. Tech Week has been moved to April 12th through the 15th, with shows being Friday, April 16th, Saturday, April 17th, and Sunday, April 18th. And as a division, we will continue to monitor Region 10 metrics. We are making preparations to move into Tier 2 once we get the green light. If we do move into Tier 2, you can expect the Senior Center to reopen, Audubon Skate Park to reopen, and some of our classes, such as dance and group fitness, to return in person. And that concludes my report.
Your 10-member pass that I've had a discussion with Ben and Jeff Collier that I know has made its way back to you is you can visit 10 times in a 30-day period. So
Yes.
You mentioned how you got 31 people to join, but that's out of 300, so 270 people did not join, which is still fine. I don't know. I really don't know if 10% is our target to try to convert. You know, just 20% doesn't matter. How long do we plan on doing this? And I tried to look for that promo by Googling Pavilion Fitness and Elk Grove Park District. I can't find it, the promotion anywhere on our website. So where would a person try to get details of that?
For the 10 scan pass, I can look into it. We didn't put an expiration date on how long we would be offering it. You are correct, though. They do have to use the 10 pass or the 10 punches within the 30 days. And I believe out of, yes, the 284 that we've given out, we've converted 31. So just a slightly over 10% conversion rate. And at this point, any new member is a good member, you know, so, and these are new members we're attracting, it's a one-time only, so they can only ever have 1 10 pass on their household.
Well, and again, I'll support it because Jeff feels it's strong, but I don't, like I said, I need to see the success level of that, or other commissioners could look at that. But I would encourage anybody that's watching this, here's a free month to use our fitness center. So if you have friends, neighbors, families, go on in. What can it hurt? I mean, if we're gonna offer it, we might as well publicize it and let everybody go on in there. That's all
So,
we can do.
yeah, Bill, I'd ask Kelly where it's been marketed.
It wasn't a commercial back in the fall. I don't know where it's been marketed since then. Kelly would probably have a good handle on that.
Yeah, I think Kelly may be trying to look at it right now, because like I said, I just typed in Elk Grove Park District fitness specials, and then I typed in Elk Grove Pavilion fitness promotions, and it just came up to our general membership, and then nowhere in there could I see the promotion. So,
People are hearing about it. We had 87 just in the month of December, so even since post-commercial, people are still coming in and asking about it. So they may have been included in an e-blast, I believe, that Bonnie sent out, even after the commercial. But we can make sure that we definitely get that up on our website, so it's easier to
Yeah,
find, like
let's
they're
promote it.
saying.
We're gonna try it.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll,
Even on the web, the Facebook, for those that are signed up for Park, following the Park District,
Mhm.
you know, it's nice that those pop right up on your phone,
Great,
you know, notices, so.
yeah, I will put it on my to-do list.
I'll ask Kelly to shed some light on it, she might know where they pushed it, when she comes in.
and then you mentioned that 7 lanes were open for the lap swimming. How many people are we taking reservations for per lane?
They were used, so we have our 8 lanes open, and it was 7.5% of the average of usage per hour, meaning all lanes are filling almost every hour or day for the month of December.
I guess, I mean, is it just one person in there? Are there 3 people per lane?
It's
What-
one
How many
person.
reservations do we take?
1 person per lane.
Okay, and
That's
that's
what-
more because of Pritzker's rules?
Based on requirement, that's all we can do right now is 1 person per lane.
Okay. Because I just want to continue to convey, it's just me, probably a ton of residents, we just don't want to spoil them because we've set the bar so low that they're gonna start complaining when they have to start sharing lanes again, when it's back to 3 and 4 people, because I hear that a lot, like, oh my God, there's 3 people. Yeah, get used to it, that's why you build an $8 million pool, you know
Right.
what?
That is correct, and we will be bringing programming back in tier 2 as well, and they will also have to share lanes at that point with our programming. We'll be bringing back private swim lessons and the stroke clinics. So those will be coming back in tier 2 as well. So there will be a reduction in lap lanes at that time.
Okay, tier 2.
But with the reduction, we interpret that. I don't know if tier 2 would allow this, but we'd be able to put more than 1 person in a lane.
They haven't released any aquatic guidelines for tier 2 at this time. So that's a very good question we'd all like to know.
Because that's gonna kind of split it. If you go from 8 lanes to 8 people to 1.
Right,
And you got 7 other people waiting in line, so that's gonna be a little tricky.
it is.
Okay. Any other questions for Tiffany? Thank you.
Thank you.
Parks and Planning update, Timothy White.
So the grounds and facilities departments have been doing a really good job hitting the ground, getting the ball rolling on as many 2021 capital projects as possible. And that's been pretty much a focus the last couple of weeks is getting those things put together. Grounds department under Gina, who was our port crew supervisor, they've been doing a really excellent job cleaning up the stream bank along Salt Creek at both Morton and Olmsted. They're clearing a lot of invasive species out and stacking and burning. The transformation is looking really nice. So if I get a chance to drive by, just take a peek at what they're doing. We've had a lot of residents give positive feedback about how great it looks open. It's not so crowded in there with things like mulberry and box elder trees, just weed trees basically, and they're moving. Looks really nice. Getting a lot of calls about the ice rink, so obviously today we were like in the mid-40s, so it's not looking really great for the ice rinks, but I just remind people that just because you see an ice in like maybe a bird bath or a body of water, doesn't mean the ice rinks are gonna be open. So typically what we wanna see is temperatures, the high for the day to be like in the mid-teens for a few consecutive days to build up the ice for it to be playable. I know there's a lot of kids, they're back in school now, but they were off and looking for something to do. So just be patient, and if you see people out hopping the fences at the rinks, please try to discourage that behavior because it makes it all the harder to try to get ice up and going when we do have conditions present. So I promise if we get conditions that are good for ice, we'll throw everything we got at it and try to get the rinks up. I know everyone's dying to skate, so.
And I know you're not a resident, Tim, but John and Ralph and myself will remind you that our ice skating rink used to be Salt Creek. Yeah, we were young. It was frozen over and you could just go for a mile in each direction.
Yeah, every year that goes by, it's less and less like that's a possibility. I know it's just getting warmer. crew's been working on taking down holiday lighting, stuff like that. And the last update is the pavilion front doors are done and working as they should. They're operating like they should. It's a nice improvement. Front doors are actuated now with a wave sensor. You wave your hand about a foot away from these sensors on either side, and the vestibule doors will open so you don't have to contact anything. It's a really nice improvement. So I know we had a couple hiccups, but it's finally done. So that really concludes, unless I got questions, that concludes my update.
Just a comment on social media. I mean, this was, to me also, the lighting around the pavilion in conjunction with the library and the village. Everybody thought it was great. So they include the Park District, and just looking when you drive by, or people that were walking because the temperatures were a lot more mellow this year, a lot more dog walking, you'd see a lot of people just taking their time, sitting on some of the benches and just looking at the lights. It was really nice. Good job by the staff.
Thank you for that comment. So it's a big effort. A lot of people are involved, but specifically I should give a shout out to Alicio Vences. He's the turf crew leader. He's been involved in that. Joe Brown, and then Matt Wendell's. They do a lot to make sure that we get breakers that pop and we get all kinds of stuff. It's a lot of work for a short amount of time, but it does. The village is tied together really nice, and they do a really nice job on that. So thank you for bringing that up.
And good point that you said you're breaking it down. Too bad we have to think about it next year, especially having a crappy year. Maybe we should have left it up a couple extra weeks, and let everybody enjoy it a little bit longer. But we can think about that next year.
Okay. Thank you.
Anything else for Tim? Thanks, Tim. Business services update. Brad Scholes, please.
Business services is busy with year-end stuff, finance, wrapping up 2020. Hopefully we'll have some preliminary 2020 numbers for you guys at the next budget meeting, or board meeting, sorry.
Hey, Brad, I love you, but can you go to the microphone, because I've noticed that if you're not, it comes across as muffled.
Sorry. Apologize. Business services is busy with year-end for 2020. W-2s will be going out shortly, so if you worked here at the Park District in 2020, you'll be receiving that. There's no need to call. Like Tiffany said, we are starting to hire for the summer. So visit our website if you'd like to apply for a job. And year-end financials are hard at work. They did our preliminary audit out here this week, and they're scheduled for the second week in February to be out here. Hopefully we'll have some preliminary 2020 numbers for you guys at the next board meeting. IT is busy. They wrapped up all their 2020 capitals and have already started on their 2021, the first of which is district-wide Wi-Fi expansion. We'll be starting at the pavilion, and then I believe the admin building, and then next is Haddorf to coordinate with their schedules over there. And that concludes my report.
Any questions or comments for Brad? Thanks, Brad. Marketing and communications update, Kelly Carbon, please. And we could just add this for a little bit. So what do you think about the temperatures?
Always come back to her.
I know, I just thought.
Ben, you can go.
Wait, I'm coming, I'm coming.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't try to be so short.
There's a long chair.
That's.
gotta be up first.
I'm not gonna make a comment.
That was a 7-second.
Oh my goodness, is it 110?
Hello, Kelly.
Hello.
You're as red as your sweater.
Well, I have some answers for you.
Very good.
So let me start out with, there was a question about the marketing on the trial of the 10 for 30 days. Sure. So we had done, obviously, as Tiffany mentioned, we had done a commercial on the trial. And then, the promotion was kind of evolving a little bit. So we did do a digital village sign for that. And then on Facebook and social media, we were concurrently promoting the 3 months for $99. So, if we just met yesterday with marketing, our marketing team met with fitness. So they're working on their marketing plans for the rest of Q1 going into Q2. So we'll be doing some more of the digital and social media on, some of the upcoming promotions. So
more to stay tuned. But the television campaign we felt went really well because, it hit a broad area and reached a lot of non-users. So that was really what we were aiming for. So one of the things I wanted to talk about tonight as we kick off 2021 is our marketing team in general. So for the last year, we've hit a lot of milestones in our marketing department with our staff. And we have 4 full-time staff right now in our marketing department, not including, our customer service staff that does report to marketing as well. But some of our milestones that we hit this year, Diane Malinowski, who's our most veteran marketing member, celebrated her 25 years of service here at the Elk Grove Park District. And many people that are watching tonight know Diane because she's a lifelong resident of Elk Grove. And she's been with our park district. She's worked with the preschool area. She's worked with customer service, marketing, public relations, and she's also the secretary for our Parks Foundation. She's been an active participant since the beginning. And she also serves as a representative for the GOA. Diane recently published in our Parks and Rec Business magazine in the January 2021 edition, a beautiful article on the Pavilion Aquatics Center. And she had collaboration from some of our aquatics folks. And I don't know if our commissioners had a chance to read that in the journal, but just in case you didn't, I did bring some copies of that. So that was a great piece that Diane put together. And most recently, she hosted the most recent edition of A Walk in the Park. So that's featured on Channel 6. And we are so grateful to the Village and Channel 6 for how they support us by working with us on these Walk in the Park episodes. But if you have a chance, it is well worth your chance to watch this. It's a 30-minute show, and a big shout out to Debbie Dennison at the Village and at Channel 6 for producing this. But it's a show about the Hattendorf Center, and it gives an in-depth look at the preschool and the Sheila Ray Adult Center. And it's very vivid in color, and it was just produced and directed really well. So we'd like to thank Debbie for that. Another milestone that we hit this year was Candice Bergola, and she has been with our park district for 15 years, and today was her 15th anniversary. So Candy is our web administrator and our social media analyst. So I actually just got off the phone with her just now, getting some of this last minute information for you guys. But she's very devoted to the park district, and she works tirelessly on social media. She's the person who answers every single one of the social media questions or comments, and it's not even questions. If people do make a comment about the lights, or if they have a compliment about the park district, she answers them all the time, day or night. She's always on there answering social media. So we really do appreciate her efforts with that. She also does our digital marketing signs. And originally she started here in our IT department. She worked with Kevin many years ago, with Kevin Santabrise, and then she transitioned over to marketing. So it's great to have somebody with all that technology and that great experience and working with us in marketing. And then lastly, the other milestone that I wanted to celebrate, actually since last February, if you notice, sometimes when we have recognitions and milestones of staff that have been 5, 15, 25 years, we bring them here to the board meeting to be recognized. But because of COVID and our space limitations, it's been, a challenge to get them here this year. So that's why I just, thought it would be nice to recognize them and share a little bit about what they do, for the park district. But Bonnie, she is our full-time graphic designer. She hit her milestone actually last February in 5 years, so she's coming up on 6 years. And she moved from the part-time position to the full-time position. And she does our seasonal brochure, the printed seasonal brochure that comes to your home, that I promise will be coming to your home again at some point this year. But right now she's moved that into a virtual edition. She also does our electronic newsletters. She does our senior newsletter, the Senior Buzz newsletter, and all of our printed materials. And she's a very busy mom of twin 10-year-old daughters. And so not only does she work here, but she plays here too. And she's an active user. She lives in Schaumburg, but she participates in all of our fitness classes, and she takes the kids to all of our activities. So often, she's very ingrained in what we do here on a daily basis. And so that's been a great benefit. Not only does she promote what we do as marketing, but she's also the end user as well. So like many of our staff that work here. And then lastly, our other very valuable team member is Lee Kirstein. And this coming year, she's going to be marking 10 years, but I'm going to brag about her later, at her 10-year anniversary. But we're a busy department. We do try to keep up on everything, and we work, many days and many hours to try to keep the most accurate information out there for people and to keep everybody up to date. And as you know now, I mean, the information changes by the minute, so you never know what's happening. So anyway, but that's my update tonight. I just wanted to share a little behind the scenes this year with some of our longtime staff and congratulate them and just talk a little bit about them. So if you have any questions for me?
You're golden, thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Am I aging myself? Sorry about that.
Golden,
I'll take it.
I'll start rephrasing myself.
I'm gonna leave you copies of this. in case
Executive
anybody
Director
wants to
update,
see it.
Ben
I did read
Fazio.
You did read it?
Yeah, that's one.
Okay. There's gonna be a quiz later.
I'll read it.
I did not see the warrant.
so you can tell which staff is in leader services and marketing, and which staff's in business and parks.
Efficiency.
Good job, guys. I just have a brief update. We've been discussing the capitals, and I just want to let the residents know we have some exciting capital projects coming their way this year, and I think it's something that they can look forward to. This isn't a real big project, but I think it's going to be a big improvement as we continue to make improvements in Audubon baseball fields. We're going to be adding scoreboards this year, so I think that'll be exciting for the little kids out there. JC Playground and Ridge School Playground will be replaced this year. So look, I think you're going to be excited about JC. We're really going to be looking for the wow factor. So that's something to look forward to. And smaller improvements, Pirates Cove. The Dragon Castle is going to get an upgrade. The Dragon's staying. The other parts of the castle are going to get an improvement. So be looking for that when we open in the late spring, hopefully summer time. And that is about it. That concludes my report.
Any questions for Ben? Thanks, Ben. Okay, old business. Any commissioners or staff have any old business they'd like to discuss at this time? New business. Any commissioners with any new business? I've just got one item. I need a motion and a second for notification of the tentative budget and appropriation ordinance on display at the Elk Grove Park District Administration Building, 499 Bysterfield Road, Elk Grove Village, Illinois. So moved.
Second?
Kathy?
It
I
was
was trying to listen to Ralph, but,
That's just a notification.
just notification.
I thought we had to approve it.
That's why I didn't say anything.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's just a notification. It'll be on file here at 499 Easterfield. And it'll be 30 days from now. I think we have it slated for the February 25th board meeting to be approved officially.
Thank you.
No problem.
And I also see under my notes, old business, this is more for Tom and Ben. I did get in touch with the Kinder Morgan representative for whatever easement rights or to review the plans over at Fox Run. I gave him your cell phone number, so he said he was gonna call you, so if he doesn't by, tomorrow, I'll reach out to him.
Okay, thank you.
Payment of the bills at 5 dates, December 8th, 2020, in the amount of $99,660.15. December 10th, 2020, in the amount of $345,218.75. December 17th, 2020, in the amount of $1,044,236.04. December 30th, 2020, in the amount of $140,296.13. And January 7th, 2021, in the amount of $43,844.12. Do any commissioners have any questions or comments regarding these 5 sets of bills? Hearing none, I need a motion and a second for approval.
So moved.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Sauter,
Yes.
Commissioner Cook,
Yes.
Commissioner Wells,
Yes,
Commissioner Bianchi,
Yes.
President O'Malley.
Yes. Okay, guys, I need a motion to adjourn to closed session for the purpose of discussing personnel per 2C1.
So, second.
And I will mention our next meeting date is January 28, 2021. It'll be at 7:00 PM. At the conclusion of the closed session, we will reconvene to open session to take action on any matters closed in the closed session. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
Commissioner Wells?
Yes.
Commissioner Yaki?
Yes.
Commissioner Sauer?
Yes.
President O'Malley?
Yes, this meeting is now adjourned. Thank you, everybody.